So, originally I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 for the Supertest server stats of the first premium Czech tank destroyer, the ShPTK-TVP 100, and I thought this could be a Scorpion G or a Hellcat at tier 8, which is what we're lacking for a premium tank destroyer. We're just getting like assault guns like the TS5 or Jagdtiger 88. WZ-120 1GFT is more or less like a medium tank slash semi-assault gun, so not really a sniper, but all the snipers are like the STRV-S1, so without a turret, or the Concealment Jagdpanzer. But this is like a 𝘛67 or a Hellcat to a lesser degree with a rapid firing gun. It's fast and has no armor, so if you like the 𝘛67 or the Kampfpanzer 07RH, then this is right up your alley. And I thought, yeah, we're missing something like that of a premium tank. And after taking a look at the actual hidden stats like dispersion and terrain resistance, yes, this is just as good as a medium tank. So you can actually play this vehicle as a medium tank. It is definitely better than the TVP VTU. That thing is horrendous. So I would actually rate this vehicle now as 8 out of 10, but there is a small caveat that I would drop the rating from 8 out of 10 to 7.75. So I'll talk about this, but let's take a look at the stats. So the first premium Czech tank destroyer, so you don't have a crew, but now we know the crew is likely going to be 4, similar to the medium tanks. So save up your female crews or brothers in arms crew for the Czech tank destroyers. But firepower wise, it has a 100mm. They buffed the penetration from 250 to 270. It fires AP, high explosive anti-tank, and high explosive, but DPM is pretty good, 2,600 without rammer. With a rammer, that's about 3,000. That is click and death for accuracy and aim time of 1.25 and 0.32 respectively. That is insanely good for a rapid firing gun. So basically point, click, and people die, which is great. 6 degrees of gun depression, 20 elevation, pretty decent for a turreted tank destroyer. Turret traverse, not bad, 33.4 degrees per second. Good enough, but not as quick as a medium tank. Still decent enough for you to go wolf packing with mediums. Now reload time is also 5 seconds, so rapid firing and constantly detrack, dealing 250 alpha. Now there is the also small caveat that this vehicle gets. So what I'm talking about is the high explosive anti-tank has a lot of penetration, 330 for high explosive anti-tank, and that doesn't lose penetration at distance. So that is similar to the APCR on the STRV-S1, but this will go through Mauses and E100s like no problem. So nothing to fear there, but it also gets a pretty good high explosive as well. So 100mm of pen, but with 420 alpha. So blaze it. That is dramatically better than something like the Panzer Black Bulldog. The Black Bulldog only gets 320 alpha for the HESH round or HEP round, but it has about the same penetration of 100mm. This gets 100 more alpha for the high explosive round. So it's just normal high explosive, but it has a lot of damage. And there is the small caveat that's making me drop the rating a little bit, and that is the shell cost of the AP round, as well as subsequently the high explosive anti-tank and high explosive. But here you can see for 250 alpha you have to pay up 900 credits. So comparing this to something like the AT-15 with the 20 pounder dealing about the same alpha damage, you are practically paying the same cost in shell price as a normal tank. So not exactly like a premium. So if we're comparing something like say the Scorpion G. The Scorpion G has twice the alpha, but only cost 200 more credits. This thing is kind of a credit sink in terms of the shell price. So that is kind of weird if you think about it. This alpha is also close to something like the Kampfpanzer 07RH. So rapid firing, low alpha, has 50 more alpha, but you're paying more than twice of the 345 credits just for 50 more alpha. What? It's supposed to be a premium tank, not a normal tank. Why do I have to pay like more than twice of the credit amount for the alpha damage? So that is the small caveat that is somewhat pet peeving me, the rating from 8 out of 10 to 7.75. But still, if you just hit the targets, if you just pin, that shouldn't be a problem. But if you miss, well, kinda adds up, right? But small detail. So shell velocity, decent enough for AP round. It's okay, 900 meters per second. It's not like 700 or so it's okay, but you still have to lead the shot. High explosive anti-tank has 100 meters less per second, so well, you get the penetration difference, so that's what you pay for. But high explosive has the same penetration, or not the same shell velocity for the AP round, but less penetration, but more alpha. So having a good intuition perk for the loader is a must. So I would recommend you getting like 15 rounds of the high explosive, 20 rounds of the high explosive anti-tank, and 31 rounds of the normal AP, and you're good to go. 66 rounds total. So not a bad loadout. It carries a lot of ammo too, so that's good. But if you're spamming too much, then obviously you will rack up the credit cost, which is not great. So firepower wise, it's a decent enough gun. Just a small caveat of the credit cost for AP shell. So that's just me, but if it's premium, if you have premium account, then that doesn't matter much. Or if you hit the targets, that doesn't matter much. And with that penetration and accuracy and dispersion, oh, forgot to take a look at dispersion, but yeah, with that accuracy, with that dispersion of 0.14 for moving and hull traverse, you'll hit targets. Turret traverse, also good. It is a medium tank, traverse dispersion factors, so you will hit. So just make sure you hit. But if you miss, the credit sink will add up, so don't miss. But armor wise, it has no armor. 65 at the front, that's nothing. So high explosive against this vehicle is very effective, especially with its own high explosive of 100mm pin, so everything's green. You'll penetrate no matter what. But there might be a troll if you hit the gun shield, like the gun shield right here. Yes, you will pin the gun shield, but there's nothing behind it. It's empty space, so it just goes through the gun shield, dealing 0 damage. Might damage the gun, maybe, but there's nothing there. It's a small fun fact. So you may just damage the gun or just deal nothing, just a critical hit with nothing behind it. So small detail that may be for like auto aim and you get trolled, so don't auto aim. But side armor, there's none, only 40. What is that? 65 sloped, but still that's nothing. It has no armor whatsoever. Also, it's open top, so artillery shells will kill almost all your crew other than the driver. That will also suck. But 1150 health, that's the same as about the Scorpion. So tank destroyer without health and without armor, obviously. Mobility wise, it is rather fast for 32 tons, about 22 horsepower per ton ratio, 55 kilometers per hour top speed, which is actually faster than the Czech premium medium tank at tier 8. The Skoda T27 has about 5 more kilometers per hour top speed. And hull traverse, just as good as a medium, about 44 degrees per second. So I would think putting a turbocharger on this thing to make it go even faster, but terrain resistance wise, just as good as a medium. So comparing this with a medium tank, let's say let's go with the Czech medium tank, just to be sure. So about the same terrain resistance as the Czech medium, but it has better top speed and about the same horsepower per ton ratio. So it's practically a medium tank. Not as fast as a turret traverse and hull traverse, but close enough. What the hell is gun traverse? Oh, that's moving up and down for the gun. So slightly better moving the gun up and down. But less gun depression. Okay. But a lot more DPM. Holy crap, it has 1,000 more DPM than the medium tank counterpart for the Czech. A lot better penetration, obviously. The same alpha about. But take a look at the shell cost again. So as you can see, it costs more than twice than the same alpha for the Czech medium tank. So that's the caveat that I'm worried about for this vehicle. The shell pricing for the AP round is dramatically high for some reason. Alright, fine. But concealment, pretty decent. It's a lot better than the Scorpion G. So comparing this with the Scorpion G, going back to the Scorpion G. But it is a lot more stealthy after you fire the shot. So don't have to worry about getting exposed. But yeah, about 50% more camouflage rating. And I think, is this about the same as the SU-100PM? Well, nope. Not as the same as the SU-100PM. I lied. SU-101? Not even close. Well, I don't think it's better than 𝘛𝘪𝘦𝘳. That thing has a lot of camo. Yeah, a lot of camo. So, what is close to this camo? A Hellcat? I don't think Hellcats have better camo than this thing. Yep, better camo. Maybe a Jackson? About the same camo as a Jackson. There you go. M36 Jackson has about the same camo. So it is stealthier than a Scorpion G, but just don't expect it to be a 𝘛𝘪𝘦𝘳. It's not that stealthy. Not even close to the STRV-S1. So yeah, don't remain too stationary and use the speed and mobility to run around with coated optics. So view range, standard for tank destroyers at tier 8, 370, but putting coated optics will help a lot. So yep, this thing will be fun as a medium tank, and you could go wolf packing. So versatility is the flavor for this vehicle, and high penetration, high DPM, also a plus. So go wolf packing with your medium tank buddies, and you'll have a lot of fun to constantly detrack and piss off heavy tank players or non-turreted tank destroyers. Just insane DPM. So here is the comparison, and we are lacking a fast, rapid-firing, armorless tank destroyer for tier 8. So the closest aspect is like the Charioteer or the Scorpion G. So yeah, a lot of DPM, the best DPM out of all of them, and the best, close enough penetration. Obviously the best penetration is the STRV-S1, but gold shell is the same as the STRV-S1. So yeah, it's not a bad vehicle. Camouflage rating, well, better than the Scorpion G. Scorpion G has the camo default, so it gets buffed, but artificially buffed. It's about the same as, well, it's a little bit better than the Kampfpanzer 07RH. Not as good as a Charioteer, so can't be in the back, but you have the accuracy, you have the dispersion factors, or not the dispersion factors, as well as aim time for you to snipe across the map with 270mm of pen. So sniping is not a problem, and detracking is also not a problem. So constant detrack and permatrack, pretty good. So I would still give it a, I'm thinking about 8 out of 10, but that credit making capability, or lack of credit capability making capability for a premium tank is somewhat disturbing on my mind. And it's like a pet peeve in a sense, a small caveat that is making me want to drop the rating from 8 out of 10 to 7.75. So I am torn, but I do love a good T67. No question. I love my Hellcat. I love my T67. We are missing a good American tank destroyer without armor at tier 8 as a premium. So we don't have that. We have something like a TS5, which is like a T28. So if you like the Hellcat, obviously this was once king of tier 6 tank destroyer, and this was once king of tier 5 tank destroyer as well. So this thing is so annoying to play against. So it's small, it's fast, it has a lot of freaking DPM for a freaking tier 5. It's just insane. But yeah, we're missing that kind of a niche for our tank destroyer. So fine, I'll overlook the credit making capabilities of this vehicle and I'll give it a 8 out of 10. It is a very good tank destroyer. It's not breaking the game, it's doing its job well. The only downside is the credit making aspect, and as well as being a flagship premium tank, so you don't have a crew. But I would recommend you saving a set of 4 crews with like Brothers in Arms and 6th Sense for the commander and Intuition for the loader. Maybe like module damage for the gunner, so you can actually detrack more reliably. But off-road driving, or probably off-road driving for the driver. But it is a very good medium tank and tank destroyer, but just that credit making lack of capability, oh man, pet peeving on my mind. But let me know what you guys think for this vehicle. So 8 out of 10 asterisk. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
And now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how.